Good morning, Salem Church. Thank you so much for the opportunity to tell you a little about what we're doing and to consider us for the Christmas Eve offering. My name is Dr. Darren Thomas. I'm an emergency room physician in Pittsfield, Illinois. For the past 14 years, my wife and I have been running a charity called the FAST Foundation. PHAST, standing for Promoting Health and Service Together. This started during our first year of medical school when there was an unbelievable amount of requirement for me to live in this tunnel vision world. And when I was so focused on my own survival, my wife noticed that I wasn't me. I was dragged down, I was in a dark place, and I wasn't Darren. And she pointed it out. She's like, Darren, you're not yourself. And I said, I don't have time. I got no time. I've got to get through medical school. And my wife said, yes, but even now, you need to go and serve somebody else. And I remember almost chuckling and laughing at her, saying, I don't have time to help anybody else. And it was during this time that my mind reflected on the parable that Jesus Christ offered us about the Good Samaritan. But I remember relating to it. And I remember feeling a strong pull that no matter what my situation in life, no matter how busy I was, even if it was medical school, trying to learn the unsurmountable amount of information that I needed to learn, that even during that, I needed to find a reason to stop and help those that are injured, who have fell amongst thieves, that need help. So my wife and I created the FAST Foundation with the purpose of promoting health and service together. And we found really fun ways to do it. We both were passionate about healthy activities, and I had a renewed passion about serving others. We wanted to create incredibly fun, exciting, and challenging events that brought people together, and then use those events to teach that principle that you are never too busy to help someone out, and that you should always look for a reason to help those in need. So we set out to create the world's most amazing triathlon. The basic lineup of a triathlon is you swim, then you bike, and then you run. And inspired by that parable of the Good Samaritan again, I wanted to stop people in that journey of that race and ask them to help another one in need. When an athlete hopped out of the water, before they could bike, they had to stop and do a community service project that we had set up for them. When they completed that, they went onto the bike. When they completed the bike, before they could start running, they had to complete a second and different community service project. These projects ranged from building dog sheds, service packages for the military, making brown paper lunch sacks for the homeless, creating gift bags for the families and children in the pediatric emergency room and ICUs across the valley. We ran that triathlon for 12 years. When I moved out to Quincy, Illinois for my residency in 2015, we felt like Quincy needed something different. It wasn't a triathlon town, but it needed something. I wanted to find something that could provide a healthy outlet for the kids, and what would reach the most amount of kids and most amount of families to help the most amount of people in Quincy, and wrap it up with a big old fat bow of service. Now, having 4 daughters and coming out here into the winter, I very quickly realized the very few options that the kids in the Midwest have for healthy activities during the winter. And that's when we came up with the indoor mountain bike park. And as you can see behind me, it is amazing. It is gonna be fun. It is gonna be exciting, but that's not the purpose. The purpose is to help others see that helping people is amazing, that it is a blessing, that it can uplift our lives just as much as the lives of those we are trying to offer assistance. For 12 years, I saw athletes complete an entire physically demanding challenge in the triathlon, and yet they still stopped and they still help. I've seen now for 4 years, people run for 24 hours straight in Quincy for the 1 mile per hour marathon. Every mile stopping for almost 50 minutes and completing a service project. The recipe works. It is beautiful. We create an event or a location that is a magnet. It brings people together, and we use that magnet as a platform to help the lives of others. Now, I've got asked a lot, how does an indoor mountain bike park help the lives of others. For starters, it's going to provide a need, something physical that can be done during the winter months. One of the ways in which we're going to accomplish that is through our kindness cards. Just like you would go to get an oil change and you get 9 oil changes and you get the 10th one free. Or you go get some snow cones or ice cream scoops and you get 9 and then you get the 10th one free. So we will do with our kindness cards. With a kindness card, you can go out and complete a community service project. Once you do 10 community service projects, you can come and I'll let you ride for free. We'll give you a bike rental, a helmet, and you get access to the building. What this will do, this will allow this to be accessible by all financial levels, eliminating potentially a cost bearer by many lower income families. But the most exciting thing is that we will create armies of kids that will go out and do community service projects. I mean, I just love the idea of picturing all these kids saying, hey, Johnny, come on, we gotta go mow or rake Susan's yard so I can get a punch because I wanna go to the fast tracks this weekend. This mob of good works just spreading throughout the Midwest because we're building something so enticing and so fun that people wanna participate in. It's amazing. I cannot thank you enough. You and other parties and individuals that have helped and supported this project. It literally cannot be done without the support and the financial contributions of those in Quincy and the surrounding areas. I truly believe that serving others is one of the greatest gifts that we can experience in our life. When we selfishly give our time, attention, and effort to another individual, we are blessed in that moment by feeling a sliver of the level of love that God has for that individual. And I think it can be done while riding a bike. I mean, come on, this is one floor. How cool is this? I know you all want to ride off of this. Again, with all the sincerity, I thank you for your time. Thank you for your consideration. Thank you. Merry Christmas.